I went back to school shopping for my classroom, and I want to show you some of the things that I bought for the 2017-2018 school year. I have not went back to school shopping in 4 years. I've been in the same classroom, and I just recycled a lot of the old materials that I had, and I just repositioned them to make it a little bit different. So I thought it was time for me to update my classroom. The first stop I made today is at Michael's. At Michael's, I picked up 2 different types of items. The very first item I picked up is a set of letters. Our school mascot is the eagle, and so we have an acronym that we use to communicate our class culture, our school expectations, and that is SOAR. So I have the letters S, O, A, and R. What I'm going to do with these is spray paint them purple, since that is the color that I'm going to use this year. I will bring them to school, and I will hang them probably above the whiteboard that I'm going to use, so the kids will be reminded of SOAR every day they walk into our classroom. The second item I bought at Michael's is a larger periodic table. I have a periodic table that I use for middle school, but it was much smaller than this. This is not terribly large. It's not going to take up a lot of space, but I wanted a larger periodic table that I can have in the classroom. The second store that I visited, and the store that I bought the most things from, is Walmart. At Walmart, I went directly to their home and office section, and I found a lot of little things that I picked up that I think are really going to help me with organization in the classroom this year. So the first thing I picked up was another drawer tray. This may not seem like a big deal, but the desk in my new classroom is not as new as the desk that I had in my older classroom, and it doesn't have the compartmentalization that I had before. So I really thought it was important for me to get another desk tray so that I can keep the things organized. If not, I would eventually just throw everything in the bottom and it would become a hodgepodge mess. Another item that I picked up at Walmart is this desk organizer with hooks. So what I wished I had last year was a file hanger that I can put or tack to the wall. What I had before was the freestanding ones. They were good, but my students, every time they came to my desk, they always seemed to knock things over. So I thought that it would be better if I had something that was mounted to the wall. So this is pretty sturdy, and when I mount it to the wall, if a student accidentally hits it, or let's say I'm scooting out of my chair and I accidentally bump it, I don't have to worry about my papers dumping out and falling onto the floor. Another item I bought at Walmart are 2 fitted sheets. These are going to be used to cover really old desks that I have in my classroom. When I went to my classroom for the first time, I had a lot of tables that were not student desks, but just tables that were in the room. I'm assuming teachers in the past just put things on, but they were really rough, they were really scuffed up. And I just said to myself, there will be no amount of cleaning to get these to look the way I want them to look. So I decided that I was going to use sheets to cover the tables so they can look more presentable. My color in the room is purple. I didn't really find purple sheets, but I thought that the black would look nice once I put everything together. Zipper bags. I bought these because I needed to try, or I'm going to try, a new solution for my group materials. So in the past, I've always had them in like little buckets, almost like shower caddies. Those always broke, like the handle of those always broke, and kids just started writing on them, and they looked really, really ragged and just really not pleasant to look at, probably after the first half of the year. Then I've tried bins, like plastic bins with tops that I put all the materials in, but then the kids will break the tops or the lids to them so that they don't snap on anymore. So what I'm going to try is, I have these gallon sized bags. So I'm just going to put the markers, the pencils, whatever they need in gallon sized bags, so that if they are destroyed eventually, I'm not going to be upset because I spent $5 on a bucket. I'm just going to be able to easily replace them by putting the supplies in another gallon bag. So I'll see how that goes. I bought 2 pocket folders. I'm teaching 2 new classes, and although I have a planner, I still make very detailed lesson plans. So my planner, I love it. I use it for my big objectives. I use it for my big tasks, and I use it for big picture. But when I sit down and I lesson plan, I always lesson plan on a sheet of paper. So I still do that freehand. And what I like to do is, maybe on Sunday when I do my lesson plans for the week, I do it on a sheet of paper. I'll hole punch it if the paper is not already hole punched, and I'll put them in the folder in the class. And when I'm teaching a lesson, I always like to have this near me. These are easy for me to fold and manipulate, and I'll have these next to me, and these are sturdy. I bought a composition notebook. This is for when I go to PLC meetings or when I go to training. It is color coded with this folder. So if this is for my chemistry class, I will have my chemistry lessons in here. And when I go to PLCs for chemistry, I would write my notes in here. I bought these pads because my classroom is dirty and it needs a lot of scrubbing. So when I go back to the classroom tomorrow, I will definitely use these to help spruce up the classroom. I also bought construction paper. My school supplies a lot of things, but I have not been able to get all of the paper supplies that I normally have been able to get. I bought this construction paper for me. I am only going to use this for, I'm going to say, emergency purposes. And the last thing I bought is this purple basket. Again, it's purple, so it's going to match the decor of the classroom. I have a bucket already, but it is black and it was cracked last year. So I decided to buy another one. What I usually do for kids who are absent, I will have hanging folders in here. Since I have 2 different classes or 2 different subjects that I teach, each subject will have their own colored hanging folder, and then I will label each hanging folder with a day. So for 31 days, I will have 31 hanging folders. So that's all I bought today. I'm still missing a few things. So what I'm going to do is go back into my classroom, and I am going to start putting away the items that I have. And once I start putting the room a little more together, I would know what I need to go purchase or something that I have to create. Once I am finished, I will do a classroom reveal.